The pain of regret, guys. It hurts. And I think each one of us at some point in our lives go through this pain. The pain of realizing that you're actually a mediocre and an average person, that you have not lived up to your potential, and you can just look back and think of so many missed opportunities, missed potentials, and just the thought of not putting up your best show in the past, that can be painful. And these things don't really trigger every day. you know it triggers when you're really low, when life hits you down, or maybe the day you lost your job, or maybe the day your girlfriend dumped you because you didn't live up to the potential, or just the pain of mortgage when you miss your EMIs. Those are the days where these thoughts really trigger, and you actually realize that you're just living a mediocre life, man. That's it, yeah. And I think it's at these moments it really strikes. What have I gotten myself into? Right? Like, how did I land up here? I thought I was doing good. I thought I was living a decent life, but all of a sudden I'm so down. I have nothing to show but just being average. And I think the worst part of all these things is when you see someone who grew up alongside you. You guys were in the same boat 10, 15 years back, but all of a sudden he's like here doing well in life, and you're just living the same average mediocre life which is here. And you just see this huge gap, although you probably had better potential than him. And you think, what went wrong, right? How did I land up here? Of all things, what did I do wrong? And I guess that is really painful. And I think that is where I am right now, today. A series of events have triggered in my life, which is why I'm making this video. The pain of regret. How am I going to deal with it right now? So coming to what happened to me last week was that I was out of town for some personal visit, and all of a sudden I had an emergency medical expense come up, and I had to shell out a lot of money for that. And I thought I was doing decent financially, but just after that incident I was in a huge debt, and all of a sudden I realized, what on earth have I gotten myself into, right? I hadn't planned financially. I just realized, I wasn't earning as much as it was required. And just the same week, I had my job reviews going on, and my team lead came to me and said I didn't perform up to his expectations. I did realize that, but just to hear it out from someone that I didn't give it my all this year was disheartening. And on top of all these things, we had a reunion of friends, and most of these guys, we started off on the same foot 10 years back, and there were some buddies of mine who had really reached good heights, heights which only made me ponder, how did they get there? What am I doing here, right? They had 3 times my own salary. They were doing good financially. They were doing good family-wise. They were living probably a dream which I can only look forward to. But that week, it's a series of events which triggered my thoughts into, what have I gotten myself into, right? I mean, what on earth did I do for the last 5-10 years? I'm just living this average mediocre life. To be honest, I'm just living a normal person's life. If I look around the people around me, take the average of them, I'm probably living that average life. What went wrong, right? I went into this thought process for the last few days, thinking, where did I miss the opportunities, what direction I missed, there were so many regretful events which happened, and maybe I didn't work hard enough. I took life too easily, and just to realize that at some point, that is really really painful. You know, and the fact that I just lived an average life and I was okay with it all these years, that makes me even more angry. And I've come to a very deep realization that this is this is literally not the way I want life to be. Something's got to change, right? There has to be a change now, and there is nothing which can be done to the past, except go through the emotions, deal with it, but use that pain to build a better future. Use all those regrets, hurts, missed opportunities, bring up all those emotions together. Use it for a positive emotion and plan out a better future. Work harder than before, and to be consciously aware that you are in this state, and there needs to be a positive change, which is the need of the moment. And I think just that awareness from here on is what is going to bring me some satisfaction in life, right? So after some deep thinking and realization, I have actually put up a 2-year plan, which I think can bridge the gap between my potential and where I am right now. And again, this is very subjective to the person at hand. So I just put up what I think is the right goals for me in these 2 years. You can probably do the same with your life. Just introspect and look back and see what's missing in your life with respect to your potential. This is a list I came up with in the end. First thing is discipline. I think I've been completely lacking discipline with respect to my life. Although I've been trying intensely, but I just see seasons of that here and there. But I have never been able to develop a good disciplined life. So the first goal is going to be discipline, and I put a simple goal with respect to that. Just get up 5 a.m. every single day for an entire year. I'm not going to put 1 week, 21 days. That's just bullshit. I mean, an entire year, right? Your life, if you are living 70 to 80 years, a year is a significant period of that. I don't think 21 days is significant enough to change anything, and it's definitely not enough to prove anything for sure. If I can get up 5 a.m. every single day for a year, I think that's discipline succeeded. And the second goal I have is mental fitness and clarity. I have been struggling with mental fitness and clarity, to be honest. I always feel like I have some sort of brain fog, and mentally I feel I'm not up to the mark. Just from a willpower perspective, I haven't been anywhere close to where I would like to be. So I'm going to start meditating and reach a stage where I can meditate 1 hour every day consistently, right? And the third goal is of physical fitness. So I have been going to gym and jogging again on a seasonal basis, but never have I been that disciplined. The goal is to go 4 days a week on the gym side, and possibly run every alternate day to maintain both the weight training as well as adequate fat loss journey. And the fourth one is to run a full marathon. I think the intersection of mental and physical fitness actually comes together, and the right goal to actually prove them both is actually a marathon. And I think that's where this goal is really useful to me. And the fifth point is that of physical looks. I think right now I'm somewhere around 17 to 18% body fat, and I still feel like I have a lot of muscle to put as well as a lot of fat to lose. The goal is to get shredded to 10 to 12% body fat with like decent amount of muscle mass, and in that process you get to maximize and live up to your potential in terms of looks and personality. And the sixth point is that of health. I have been reading about yoga and Ayurveda and how it can help improve your health. Although there is the aspect of physical and mental fitness, but internally those things don't actually affect much. That's where I want to incorporate this habit of yoga, and also cut out all sort of bad dietary habits I've been having. I have a crazy craving for chocolate and sweets. I'm hoping through this process I can eliminate all those things and just eat a very clean diet for a lifetime. That is right. Coming to the seventh point, which is relationships. My relationship with my family, my wife, and my friends have been decent, but I think I haven't spent enough time with them, or I haven't spent enough time seeing if their desires are satisfied, if their dreams are satisfied. I would like to introspect on that aspect and improve that part as well. I think relationships is possibly the second most important thing after health in this list. So I think I really will be conscious in this aspect on how I'm going to improve my relationships with all these all the people in my life. And the eighth part is my job. As I said, I haven't been up to the mark with my job, and the way I can prove myself is to get my next promotion. It's been like 1.5 years since my last promotion, after which I do feel I have slacked off. I'm going to push the buttons now, try to get those certifications done, try to upgrade my skills and get that next promotion within these 2 years. And the ninth part is of this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel has been my side passion, which I really enjoy doing, just tracking my life, documenting it, and building some sort of entrepreneurship alongside it. And if I can grow it to 1 lakh subscribers in these 2 years and generate some sort of side income from it, I think that is a really good goal. And in the process, we have point 10. We have the 10th point as well, which is that of money. I did realize that I'm not earning enough to actually sustain my life and my family's. But I think even through a fair comparison of where I am versus where my really good buddies are, I think I still lack in terms of earning potential. I'm going to target doubling my current earnings over these 2 years, through my job as well as by developing this YouTube channel. And getting progress in all of these goals means that I start bridging the gap between my actual potential and where I am today, living this mediocre life. I start bridging the gap between where my competitors are and where I am right now. And also, just bridging the gap between being happy and the current state of emotion, which is full of regrets. And alongside these goals, a promise matters. A promise of being the hardest worker in the room. A promise of never living this mediocre life again. A promise of not having regrets or living with these regrets again. A promise of being and living up to your true potential for lifetime, right? And giving your best each and every day. I think that's the promise which needs to be made, which I make right now, to promise that I will accomplish these goals in these 2 years, right? I have already started thinking on each of these aspects and each of these goals, and I will keep you guys posted every week. If you think you are in the same boat, you're possibly living a mediocre life, if you think you need to step up, I challenge you guys to go and introspect, feel the pain, write down what needs to be done, in order to rise to your potential for the next 2 to 3 years. List down all your goals and start making things happen and move towards them, right? So let's start off on this path of paving our future with our own hands. Until then, this is Jeevan here. Cheers, guys.